For these two teams, a real point of pride for both.
Well, I think both of these front offices take extraordinary pride, Kevin, in their ability to surround their star players, and you have to have stars, but the key is the guys around them. What is their fit? Do they complement the stars' greatest attributes? That is the measure of a great front office.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's LeVert in at the small forward position. And KD's got the ball here for the Brooklyn Nets. They get it again. The kick out to Irving. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
3 straight misses to begin the game, not the start they were hoping for.
And finished off by Leonard.
Well, almost effortless there from Kawhi Leonard. The reach and leaping ability. Look out.
Brooklyn with the ball. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
I was able to talk with Kenny Atkinson for a minute. Asked about guarding Kawhi Leonard, he shook his head saying, "It's amazing how he's grown from college to now. One of the game's most complete offensive weapons. And Kevin, the claw is really a tough task to slow down."
Thank you, David.
And you look at the cast-offs that have found success in Brooklyn, Doris, a great part of the Nets story.
And I think what the players appreciate is the team that gave them their first real shot to play significant minutes. That buy-in and urge to prove themselves a part of what makes their culture special. Boy, you think back to the quadriceps injury that derailed almost all of the 2018 season for Kawhi Leonard. I'll tell you, he is back to peak form and reminding us that he is elite on both the offensive and defensive ends.
Harrell, he's checked in for the Clippers.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Out to Morris. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. George, no good. And you talk about the best two-way player in the NBA. I think a lot of people, Doris, would put Kawhi Leonard at the top of that list.
Let's remember, Kawhi's a former Defensive Player of the Year, averaging over 25 points a game for a season. He doesn't necessarily wow you with his eye-popping athleticism, but the reality is this: Kawhi Leonard is a multi-time champion.
Brooklyn's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Boy, when you look at the numbers and the impact for Paul George, there is no question he's been in the MVP conversation. The outside shooting, the ability to attack the rim, and the force he is on the defensive end, just so impressive.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Morris. Landry Shamet comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Nets shooting their first free throws here tonight. Free throw, Chandler. Reggie Jackson's checked in for the Clippers. He's perfect from the line this time. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played. In the corner, Harrell with it. A three-pointer, no good. Nets trail by 6. Prince kicks to Harris. Back to Prince. The pass to Jordan. And the last-second attempt does not go in for him. And so the first quarter is in the books. Los Angeles on top, up by 6. And we'll be back with you right after this. One of the league's best point guards, Kyrie Irving, had this to say about his competition.
2011, I came into a league where the point guard position was still being revolutionized, and now guys are solidifying that spot every single year. There are young guys coming in, but now we have established point guards that are franchise-changing point guards. And for me, having that competitive drive every single game, I know I'm going against an elite point guard every single game. So I think that now coming into the league, it's a lot different than it was before.
Some say, Greg, a golden age at the point guard position.
Yeah, and Irving right there with the best of them. He embraces the challenge.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you can see the results.
Jackson is out there with Lou Williams. Then there's Landry Shamet. And it's Green, and it's Harrell in at the 5. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. We've always been wowed by the athleticism in the NBA, but it seems to be becoming even more athletic. And certain guys get it done, Doris, in different ways.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of examples, Kev, of guys who don't have or are not blessed with incredible athleticism, but who have found a way to be successful. Nikola Jokic is a first-team NBA player who plays very much below the rim. And then you look at certain shooters who can affect the game. J.J. Redick, he is impossible to guard because he's one constant stream of movement. So, listen, if you have great skill for your position, without athleticism, you can still find a way to have a job in this NBA.
Now Jackson, following the three-point attempt from Montrezl Harrell. Jackson against Prince. Here's Irving. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Irving's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, the ability to score at all three levels makes Kyrie Irving a near impossible check. Good luck, fellas.
Jackson passes to Harrell. And there it is for him.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Morris is checked in for Green. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. Paul George is checked in for Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Jared Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Kevin Durant comes in for Wilson Chandler. Karis LeVert's checked in for Taurean Prince. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving.
Wow, that was deep. Spencer Dinwiddie with big-time range.
Outside, George. Harrell kicks to George. 6 on the shot clock. And no good that time. Excellent D there from Allen. Dinwiddie left side. Allen dishes to Dinwiddie. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Here's George. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Durant with it. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Launches a 3. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's Los Angeles in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And you have to credit their defense for the job they've been doing against Irving. Kyrie's been almost invisible out there, and we don't say that very often. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks so much. Kawhi, you seem to be so at ease out.
Thanks so much, David. And
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
Well, perhaps the most impressive thing has been his incredible consistency. This guy is a great player who always brings a ton of energy. What a great half.
Checking out the group for Kenny Atkinson to start the second half. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Irving is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's LeVert in at the 3, the small forward. Well, Doris, you knew that his free agency would be one of the biggest stories of the summer. Everyone tried their best to land Kevin Durant.
And even considering the injury, anyone would be willing and able to take Kevin Durant on their roster. Why? Because when he's healthy, you become an immediate contender.
Here's Irving, following the basket by Marcus Morris.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
Leonard with no one around. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
I don't think there's anything Leonard can't do on the basketball court. He can score inside, the mid-range, long range. He'll hurt you from absolutely anywhere.
Now here's Irving, averaging around 27.5 points a game, one of the best in the league.
And not sure what you can do with a guy like that. With his handles, he can just take defenders to school.
Here's Beverley. They lead by 11. Leonard attacking, and it's sent back by Allen.
Boy, you've got to watch those long arms of Jared Allen. Twice on the pipe, send it back.
Dinwiddie's shot is off.
Normally he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Here's KD, following the basket by Marcus Morris. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Durant.
So unpredictable, so versatile. When KD's working that pick and roll, the defense has a hard time dealing with it.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
And at this point, there simply is no doubt that Kevin Durant is one of the great shooters to ever play the game. The only question is just where on the all-time list will he land when we talk about the unstoppable scorer.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Now here's Green. He's still scoreless so far in this one. The Clippers need to get off a shot, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Nets trail by 10. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Shamet with the steal. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks.
And boy, he gets a great jump on the rest of the field there and just leaves them behind.
You love the awareness, the decisiveness. Great job there.
And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Brooklyn Nets. After this one, they're off to Sacramento to take on the Kings. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. Clippers leading by 12. Outside Jackson. He dishes it to Green. Right side Williams. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Clippers lead by 12. We'll be back shortly live from... And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Of course, you've covered so many great basketball players over your many years in this business. As a player, coach, and now broadcaster, who has been your favorite athlete to watch or cover or report on?
All right, Kevin, you know I can't possibly name one, so I'm going to just throw several names out there. LeBron James has overcome so many challenges as a young person, even before his NBA career. So his story is absolutely incredible and inspirational. How about Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers in the history of the NBA? Or Damian Lillard, who has proven so loyal to his fan base and organization and is one bad man when a game is on the line in the playoffs.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Landry Shamet is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Jackson. Then there's Harrell. And it's Williams at the 2 spot. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. And Jordan sends it back.
Boy, the wingspan of DeAndre Jordan. This guy sends it back with a message.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Williams gets to Harrell. Williams trying to break free. And it's Harrell missing. Nets trail by 10. Pass to Dinwiddie. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Landry Shamet. Paul George, he's checked in for Lou Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Reggie Jackson. And then for Brooklyn, Jared Allen's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Karis LeVert comes in for Taurean Prince. And Irving subbed in for Harris. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. protect the basketball, and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
Nets trail by 6.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
This is the very definition of desperation time. You've got to score every trip.
And they'll keep possession. Offensive rebound. On offense, here are the Clippers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. And the Clippers miss again. Here's KD. And the rejection by Zubac. And so they foul intentionally. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Timeout called, the Nets. They're down by 6. 32 seconds left in the fourth. A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
Timeout, timeout. Start it.
To the inside. It falls! And now they trail by just 4.
Kevin Durant absolutely fearless. If the game's in the balance, he will demand the basketball.
And now we've got the intentional foul. He gets the first, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Job well done at the line on that possession. They'll make things a little easier on themselves if they can convert those.
Dinwiddie passes to Allen. And the rejection by Zubac. And an intentional foul right there. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. So it's Brooklyn now.
Disappointing day for them. Let's see if they go down with a fight.
Well, they definitely have some things to work out, and you'd love to see them finish this game the right way.
From deep 3-point range, that shot no good. So the Clippers with the win. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and play with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin, with Lou Williams.
All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.